Hello everyone and welcome to another session of the Lusophone campaign. And I think we are entering a rather peaceful era. So I think for the next 10 years I will just try to build Portugal up, fix the market because it's still not ideal in a lot of ways. Just focus on building up the internal economy. Might go for some slight colonial wars here and there, but also the infamy is kind of high, so ideally I would want to make it lower. A lot of great powers I think already don't really like us. Actually it's not that bad. But definitely could, like France not liking us is a bit of a problem. Though, yeah, this is going to be interesting. So better keep an eye on that. And yeah, talking about relations actually, probably could try and find some more points. I can stop increasing my relations with Egypt and Sokoto, of course. France is actually fine. What else am I spending my influence on? Trade agreements, that's fine. Investment rights, that's fine, I suppose. Can I get that trade agreement with Russia? No, still not. Okay. Then some more rivals, I suppose. Yeah, Spain. I really don't want to rival Spain. We actually don't have that. Yeah, we are a great power, so we would have to rival great powers. Why just go for France? We will be fighting them, at least a little bit. And we are allied with Great Britain. The only real problem is ships, though they don't have that many. So France is probably going to be the first target, simply because I think they're going to be easier to take on than Great Britain, because building up navies can be difficult, and British Navy is quite impressive. Like, everyone else actually is just not really trying that much. Netherlands are number 3 somehow. United States are not doing that great. Then Raj is number 5, which is, again, Brits. Russia, Spain. I have like 17 ships and it's almost in top 10. Okay, that's a bit risky, but I think it fits the narrative that we are going to rival France. And do I just make friends with Spain? Even though they have... Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you don't really like me, which is fair enough. Let's just take a quick look at other options we have. Maybe asking for some investment rights. Bhutan, no. Oh! Establish in a country. We could get it in Vietnam, which I think is going to be pretty nice. Still could use a bit more influence, but at this point it's good enough, I think. And I think I'm going to raise taxes to very high. It's going to be probably increase the number of radicals quite a bit. But on the other hand, it will allow me to actually lower my debt. And the interest is almost 1/4 of my expenses if we disregard construction. So yeah, lowering debt is probably quite important. Not having classifier is painful, unfortunately. It's only 6.4% interest rate, but I guess our income is just not at all correlated to GDP as it would be. So the debt ceiling is much higher than usually for our income, simply because we are not taxing the vast majority of our empire. I'm also working a bit on technology. Oh yeah, dynamite, vulcanization, those are going to be quite huge. Getting finally some oil as well. Is there anything else I want from here? I mean, fertilizer is spreading on its own already, so that's going to be fine. Electricity, that's a bit long away. Okay, military, probably not going to rush anything, but maybe I will be going for military later. Still losing the great power rank, that's annoying a little bit. Is it enough I just increase this a little bit? Illegitimate government, no, that's bad. So what, actually, you know what, I'm going to lower taxes for a bit just to get this protectionism done. It should be right now. We got the uprising in Senegal, and this thing is starting. Netherlands and Anhalt. Bavaria is on the French side, and Bavaria usually is... yeah, 50 battalions, it's not nothing. Not seeing any great powers involved other than the two. There's a lot of fronts, so I wonder how AIs are going to be able to handle this. A lot of liberations, cut down to size. And unification was everything, pretty much. And French operation, and Alsace-Lorraine. And Saint Dominique for some reason. We've got interest with Canada in England. Okay. Can we have it? Actually, there's 0% stall, so it should be done. Thank you. Doesn't really change much. But yeah, the industries at least are happy. So now, if I raise... really could just remove landowners from the government. Yeah, actually getting to 50 is going to be pretty nice. Republican coup in Brazil. Okay, it's still ongoing, something. See, not much happening. Wow, seems like the French... they are winning at least sometimes, though those are really small numbers. Hard to say where the troops are really committed. Extreme wins in Gujarat, which is really... it's a fair amount of people, all things considered, but not really relevant. Actually, never mind. It's only 100k. I think maybe it's Macau that's far more numerous. Oh, looks like they've been losing... oh, they're losing a lot of population. To be fair, that's not much going on in Macau. Fair enough. Navago, how much people you have here? 500,000, and pretty decent standard of living as well. I think, generally speaking, that the main fighting would be on the French-Prussia border, but that's not necessarily the case. Looks like it's actually mainly happening in the Hanover region. And fairly denied entry. Cape Verde is barely any people, so them losing a bit of standard of living really doesn't matter. Crisis of health for an exile. Humanitarian traditionalist rural folk. Yeah. Actually, plus 25 prestige. You know what? We are going to help you out. We just like you so much. The 25 prestige is going to help us remain over the great power barrier. It really seems like the French are actually pushing. This one is a big battle though, and they are losing. I think the French have numbers advantage, so they are able to fight in more battles, generally speaking, than the Prussians. Even though the Prussians... but just the fact that the French are on the offensive everywhere is suggesting that both AIs think that the French have the advantage. Diplomatic ties with Afghanistan. Okay, hopefully they don't start an anti-Portugal lobby out of nowhere. I have high taxes and I'm still losing money. I might have to pause construction for a little bit. At least the trade unions malus is removed, and still there's a penalty everywhere. Is it the radicals? Turmoil. Oh yeah, that's a problem. It is actually a significant amount of turmoil everywhere. I'm surprised it's here. This should be a pretty... oh, you guys don't have that high standard of living. Actually, it's just the base, because the very high taxes increase the minimum expected standard of living so much, it's becoming a problem. They just pause construction for a little bit. I'm not seeing a better option, I don't think. I'm going to finish paper mills and then pause for a second. Yeah, I think there's still a lot of money. Yeah, oh my god, the investment pool is so rich. And what are you guys doing? Expanding coal mines in East Anglia, of course. Yeah, let's pause it. Still going to be... All of the construction is being done by the private. Building Tunisia, Gondar, explosives, Wales, Rewa, wherever that is. Oh, in India. Right. I really didn't play much with India, and I don't really want to play a British Raj campaign. Because that doesn't seem like my style. Maybe the next campaign somehow will involve conquering India. But I will see about that. And Bavaria and Hesse. French are pushing into Rhineland. There's a lot of war goals all over the place, so just taking a few occupations. Maybe it would just end up with a white peace, to be honest. Which would be worse for Prussia in the end. Losses are kind of even, but the actual numbers of mobilized troops are far higher for the French. Netherlands troops, I assume Netherlands actually lost Holland already. They might be forced out pretty soon. Wouldn't be surprised if their quality wasn't that high compared to the French and Prussians. So 100 battalions, that's actually quite a lot. Even without construction, we are really not making that much money. Maybe after Galicia is actually incorporated, it should help a little bit. I mean, it's 1 million people. Are we getting close to like 10 million people in Portugal proper? Kind of looks like it. That's pretty nice. The population here is going down. I assume they're just going, yeah, they're going to other places within Portugal, so that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Do I have the decrease everywhere for greener grass campaigns? Yes, good. Don't really have convoys for more trade, though. What am I trading, really? A lot of stuff that's not really worth it. And probably can be removed. It's going to help a little bit with bureaucracy, I suppose. So I might as well do it. Some of those places I have trade agreements, but even then, apparently I'm losing money on those. You guys probably still don't want to trade? Maybe if I try exporting a bit of ammunition and stuff to Russia, they will agree to a trade agreement. Let's try exporting a bit of that stuff. Russian. I think if you just try exporting without really doing anything, they still might be one's oil. Yeah, the problem is there's not that many convoys, so I mean I do have a good amount of land trade, I suppose, at this point. Or do I? Oh, Cambodia just went to Great Britain for absolutely free. Feels pretty nice for them, I'm sure. So you guys wanna trade or something? Got a whole bunch more interest regions. I suppose. Trade. The Bavarians are pushing from the south as well. Yeah, looks like Prussia is not winning this one. The only problem is, will there be actually forced to surrender, or will it be a white peace? Because right now they're at 0 war exhaustion already. But I don't think either side is going to be going below 0 for now. Yeah, but the capital is pretty close. All of those guys are actually, yeah, they have war goals on them as well. Netherlands are out, actually. And this is actually was pretty significant part of the Prussian troops. Still a lot of money for both sides being spent in here. Some revolutions. Lippe is receiving military assistance from the United States. Fair enough. Is Greece actually... They're not the subject of Russia somehow still. They are a minor power, so it should be possible for Russia to just make them a subject. Maybe not enough time has passed, but it feels like it's been a while. Maybe they just don't really like Russia enough? Investments, Canada and Vietnam, that's fine. This turmoil is pretty annoying. Great molasses, food industries. Madagascar, yeah, so a few radicals in Madagascar are not going to be a problem. We have David Kajni, let's say. So I can exile him pretty much or strengthen the radicals. I think it's going to be time to strengthen the radicals. And it failed. Okay. So, let's say I actually wanted to try and become a parliamentary republic. It wouldn't be impossible. Universal suffrage as well. Really good support. Intelligentsia. Trade unions have over 10% of support. Industrialists would not like it, but also... Maybe I should actually just try going for it. Only landowners really would oppose it. The radicals would support it. The absolutists would oppose it, but they're much weaker than the radicals. Let's see, can I make a government that's like this and maybe get landowners? No, landowners not going in. If I get church, they actually get over 50%. Okay. So if I go for this, and then try to switch from oligarchy to universal suffrage, I could even go into technocracy. Technocracy is nice. We will lose 100 authority, which I'm not a big fan. Yeah, to weaken aristocrats, capitalists. That's probably the way to go. And the timing is pretty good, I feel. Okay, let's try it. The absolutists, I mean, they are annoyed, but not really pissed off. Not really going to help me with loyalists. We have an appeasement, Portuguese-British Friendship Committee. Who's on it? Oh, industrialists. Yeah, they left the government. That's why they're much more pissed than I think. So I think this is going to be fine. Can I get the industrialists to the government? This is probably better, even though the government is going to have lower legitimacy. It's going to piss off landowners a bit more, but they're already quite pissed. And it will make industrialists happier, so that's probably for the best. I mean, the chances are looking really good because it's 44% success and 32% advance. So in theory, it's really good, but in practice, things can go quite wildly. We have a lot of front lines created in here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it really that many, or some of those are connected? No. No, there's just just the front lines. Actually, there's even more. Berlin is actually 50% occupied, and that's going to be nail in the coffin for the Prussians. Actually, I never went through production methods, which is the most exciting part of any campaign. I just go for automation everywhere at this point. It is increasing the amount of goods being used. There's more people who are going to be moving. Really, the question is, can I afford it? And I think I have enough tools, at least. Yeah, a fair amount. How many peasants do I have all over the place? A lot, but that's not necessarily bad, because at the same time I want those peasants to be moving to Europe, if possible. The migration is kind of strong, but could be much better. So by increasing the amounts of peasants, I'm also making it slightly easier for people to move there. And also, of course, automation in Portugal proper is necessary. We'll look at the luxury furniture and so on a bit later, once I actually manage the market a bit more. Coal is going to be a bit of a problem, but that's something for the future Byzantic to worry about. Get definitely as much production of grain as possible. And let's get harvesting tools, why not? Why not? Barbed wire. Yep. That's actually, let's make sure it's just located in Portugal. Dynamite is coming in a few years. Oh, all right, the universities. Universities are a problem. So right now, you're earning 500,000 per year. Removing this debt is going to take, like, actually forever. I can strengthen the liberal movement. Or gain a good amount of loyalists in Alentejo. Is it? I think gaining loyalists right here is going to be pretty good. Oh, right. Removing radicals in this particular province, really good. Now, getting some more at Galicia would be pretty nice, but that's going to be slowly fixing itself as it incorporated, I think. I was going for production methods. Yeah, but that is seemingly much bigger problem than I thought before. Yeah, rubber shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it should fix itself. We are trading a lot, but they're going to be producing more. The Brits are going for mascara. Is it going to be protected by Austria? In theory, yes. If they took Tripoli, that would be ideal for me, but that's probably not going to happen. In Austria? Oh my god, the Austrian army. Something happened to them. And Prussia lost. And they got separated into two. All of this is in their own markets as well. Actually, it looks like they have some kind of connection between the markets. See the Prussian market. How is it connected? Oh, through Netherlands. Okay. But we are not getting Germany, looks like, in this campaign. Mascara against France? Now we have a France thing going. Okay, so both France and Great Britain are going for mascara at the same time. I'm not sure who's making a good move here. Seems kind of wild for both of them. Got a rubber rush. Doesn't really matter. Don't really care about migration attraction to those places. Talking about migration. Can you actually order it? No. Yeah, we are still behind the United States, but that's... I think once we core Galicia, we're going to be #1 in people actually moving to us. Income is slightly increasing. And as time goes on, the interest is going to be going down as well. Private construction is handling. You know what I'm actually going to do, I think? You guys are probably really small, right? And now your place in India probably have a decent population. Yeah, sure. We can invest in you a little bit. So the investment pool is finally losing a bit of money. And actually this is quite significant. Quite significant amount of money, actually. So maybe I do not increase the amount of construction I have. Because they might not be able to carry it anyways. We got much more fertilizer to use. We are not producing that much, but it might be enough. We are mostly importing. That's not ideal. But I can produce more as well. So that's going to be definitely nice. And lowering the price of grain is always nice. And it's on the high end. Stall, of course. I think it's one of the decent ones. Just losing a bit of bureaucracy, that's fine. We have overtaken Austria and we are approaching Prussia, which I thought we already did, but even with their loss. We have the native uprising, that's really nothing. Great Britain is enforcing access. Oh, Great Britain is fighting. Wait, what's going on? What is Russia doing? Oh, so apparently the war between the United States and Venezuela is involving Great Britain, Persia, Russia, and Bukhara and Afghanistan. What are the war goals? Transfer Bukhara, ban slavery in Bukhara, humiliate Russia, ban slavery, Venezuelan protectorate. Well, United States are trying to regain a new South. They had enough of this one. They want a new South in South America. Well, you do what you have to. But I was actually supposed to move some of my troops to the south to actually make sure nothing happens here. Maybe a few more just in case. Maybe I will be able to remove this debt. This guy is still a protectionist, so no way I'm getting laissez-faire. Getting more attraction, migration attraction is pretty nice. Landowners are super pissed. Trade agreement with the United States. I'm pretty sure I always want more trade if possible. Because I will be exporting a lot of like rubber and so on. Taxation capacity, that's nice. Home affairs. So I can increase one institution. And this is, I mean, pretty nice. Zollverein. Netherlands are actually overtaking Prussia and renamed Zollverein to Supreme Alliance. Oh my god. Now, the Dutch won in Germany. That is unexpected. So in the war between France and Prussia, the Dutch won. Oh wow, this is changing things. Not really what I expected to happen. Doesn't really matter much. The Brits... Am I looking at this right? Or are Brits having some trouble with their transports? Yes. The entire British market has problems with access. Probably doesn't make it work out well for their GDP. Seems like it's fine enough for now. Wow. The world is a mess. And the Brits got mascara. Okay, and now Prussia formed their own. They left the Dutch power bloc. And they formed their own, which they're the only member. Oh wow. And all of those guys have their own trade market. Okay. What a mess. Austria is proposing a mutual foreign investments rights agreement. I guess, like, how are we looking with Great Britain when it comes to... There should be some way for me to check this. Oh, where... Oh wait, I'm a great power now, so I don't have... let's see, GDP ownership, let's say. Yeah, obviously I don't own that much Galicia because I just got it. 90% in... Vietnam owns 5% and 3%. It's like one building. There's, I guess, not that many buildings in the grand scheme of things in those places. Do I have enough money to invest in Austria right now? I don't think so. Like, I already am investing in the entire British Empire. And they would be investing in my territory, which is not ideal, I don't think. It would help a little bit, I suppose. Building up GDP, but... Yeah, I guess sure. We'll see how it plays out. France and Papal States are at peace. Oh, our treaties actually are super happy now. Which is nice, those are some nice bonuses. Also, we need to change the rights of women pretty soon. Too bad nobody really wants to. Only intelligentsia. Eventually, I suppose, it should be doable. We have a lot of traditionalists still in the government, which is the problem. And this is done. How is the colonization going on? So we are colonizing in 2 places right now, which are the only places without severe malaria. And it's not going to be that much territory. Defensive pact with the United States. Actually, United States... they do have Liberia in Africa, but overall there's not much we want from them. So I think a defensive pact with them is going to be nice. Infamy is slowly going down. Do I have enough to maybe start going for some slight expansion in the south? It's actually 22 infamy, okay. How many people live here? 1 million, sure. They are recognized, so that's probably a bit more. You got a threshold uprising in Libya. Okay. Russia is... looks like they're pushing slightly more than the Brits in... And Venezuela is occupying... Venezuela is being occupied by Great Britain. Oh, so Russia was trying to get them into like their power block. It looks like it's pretty much done, so Russia is going to lose... Well... They're going to lose Venezuela. But they're not going to lose anything for themselves, I don't think. At the same time, Russia doesn't really have any war goals on their own, so this war is not going to lead probably too much. I assume Bukhara will stay Russian. Oh, we got a win here. That's nice. It's going quite slow because the legitimacy is not ideal, but it probably has to stay like this. Police brutality. Sorry about that. That's just going to have to continue. Do I just go for Sokoto? That's a lot of infamy. Really snaky expansion in those places, but what can you do? Actually, maybe I should focus a bit more on society just to get malaria prevention a bit faster. Maybe that's the way to go. Human rights and feminism to get women in the workplace would be pretty nice, and also some better ideologies. Yes, seems like fair. The especially more prestige would be nice eventually. Pan-nationalism, more authority. Yeah, I think that's that, and then go for malaria prevention. Eventually, steel construction would be pretty nice, but for now, I really don't think I can afford it. Yeah, so in theory, I would need like 60 years to remove all of this credit. So actually, I think I will have to just start constructing stuff. Investment pool is running out because the GDP is so high that we lost all the multiplier. Yeah, I think I just need to restart construction. Just hope to get laissez-faire as soon as possible. Cannot really increase taxes because people become... Oh my god, we got a new ruler. And that's the traditionalist. Good thing I'm trying to remove him. So, how is the situation looking? We have... It's intelligentsia and trade unions. Something like this, that's not helping me much. This is 26. Suppose this has to be good enough. This makes it much harder to actually get anything done. Got an heir that's probably also... Industrialist Democrat. Too bad he's not going to show up. Actually, this guy might die before the end of the game, but that's... This was really bad timing. If I managed to get universal suffrage, then it would have been probably much easier to remove monarchy, but now it's going to be more difficult. I have to continue though, I think. Maybe try to make the industrialists like me a bit more somehow. Well, if I get any opportunity, I will try. Anti-French lobby. Who is part of the anti-French lobby? A lot of people. So let's go for it. The Brabga Advocate, the absolutists. I don't like the absolutists, actually. They will be going to 75%, which is fine, as long as they lose more people. Yeah, industrialists are a bit of a problem. Landowners are going to always hate me, so that's fine. So, Prussia, how about that defensive pact, if you really want it? You actually are okay with it. Sure, let's have it. I mean, would I really want to help them? Really not sure. Oh, all of this doesn't have any access to the Prussian market. Oh yeah, Prussia is screwed. Your political lobby, Portuguese Prussian Fellowship, and somehow it led to a revolution starting? Oh, I thought the revolution only starts from 100 activism, but I guess 76 is enough. That was a bit of a bad move to get this +5, but actually wouldn't change much. So, how can I make it go down? By increasing legitimacy. Clearly. I got a stall. Ooh. Well, I mean, actually... Maybe this is the way to go? Removing stall as much as possible. Yeah, the bigger problem is this. Yeah, absolutely having no legitimacy and no way to get intelligentsia into the government. Yeah, the legitimacy is just in the ground. You guys should be chilling, I think. Yeah, drifting towards 73%. And then I might be able to get a better government, kind of. Yeah, because now I actually have access to landowners. So back to this, gaining more radicals. But I think this is the way to go because I'm missing on a lot of success chance without intelligence, so I need to have them in. This is being a bit messy. But it's kind of going in the correct direction so far, so let's hope for the best. Oh, this is about to be incorporated right now. Oh my god, they are starting again, and legitimacy is down the drain again. This is really how it's going to work. Are you going to... Yeah, you are going to go below. Oh, I need to improve National Guard. This is going to help. In 50 weeks, but at least it's something. The chance to actually pass it right now doesn't look too good, but... whatever. How's the mass migration attraction, by the way? Okay, nice. So now we have it the highest in the world. So we should be getting a fair amount of mass migrations, I think. That's really good. I mean, do I really need more pops? Not really, but I need more pops here. I need always more pops here, so... I think it's always fair enough. Actually not losing that much money on construction for now, so that's good. Keep it up. I need more coal, more than anything right now, really. And let's make sure it's just domestic, so the game stops lagging constantly, and build a ton of those in here. And maybe a few in other places as well. Do I need that much steel in Galicia? What is the steel price, by the way? It's actually pretty high. And I'm importing a lot, so yeah, I think it's fair enough. This is not looking as good as it did. It is annoying that 5% supporting movement can just absolutely start a civil war. Though they have support of landowners, I suppose. Yeah, this is the end of the war here. Bukhara stays with Russia, as expected. Catholic traditionalists. I don't really like those guys. Royal Fork are part of the in power interest groups, but they're not really relevant to anything. I want to check the Catholics. Yeah, they're really not relevant. Not a problem. The Nation of Knowledge. Yes, please. More universities. Portuguese Prussian Fellowship. Not really that relevant. But I have a better chance of trying to move to Parliamentary Republic. Actually, that's very possible. Because getting intelligentsia and petite bourgeoisie and armed forces. Yeah, this is a much stable government. And I think I would still have support of the radicals. Yes. And maybe the liberals? No, they actually don't really care about monarchy. Which is interesting, and also they're pretty passive. Oh, because I'm enacting universal suffrage, so that's probably why. Cannot fall below 25%. Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking about that you can lose agitation because of enacting movements, but looks like they actually thought about it, so that's good. And 30 days is going to be... Let's see how it goes. If I get a really good debate, I might try to continue. Because I did manage to pass the first level, but... United States going for protectorate in North Africa against Morocco? I mean, the United States are not that strong. I'm not sure if they can beat up Austria and Netherlands. Yes, and the Dutch power block is joining in. Oh my god, the United States are going to take Denmark. The game loves to imitate real life. Papal states side with Morocco. What? And Austrians as well. I don't think the United States are going to be able to do it. So we got a debate. The liberal movement is increasing strength. We have a bit of a change of Pop's loyalists. I mean, this seems like good. Things are going in an okay direction, I suppose. I'd really like to make the industrialists like me just a tiny bit more. So I can do something anti-French or something pro-Great Britain. I don't think there's much you can do pro-Great Britain because they already like me a lot. And we are already rivals. I could embargo France? Yeah, because they're already my rival. But anyways, I think it's a good moment to take a break. Thank you guys for watching and see you on the next session of the Lusophone campaign.